plaintiff, Stephen Johnson, has known the defendant for 5 years. And Stephen claims he's a flashy guy who lives a lavish lifestyle. Stephen says he bought a car from the defendant, and the defendant told him the car was in good working condition. But the car broke down, so Stephen's suing for a refund. Defendant Calvin Powell says Stephen is a good guy, but he's always starting fights that Calvin has to finish. Calvin claims one time Stephen started a fight at a strip club and Calvin had to step in. Calvin insists he sold Stephen the car as is, and therefore he doesn't owe him anything.
Start with you.
I knew Calvin Powell for about 5 years. He's a flashy type of guy, live a lavish lifestyle.
Like what?
For instance, one day, I was with a lady friend of mine. I wanted to introduce her to Calvin, and I brought her in there. He came out. He knew I was coming. He came out, started counting all his money. Started counting all his money and said, "Hey, what's up, bro? I just took a trip to Mexico. I'm about to go to Puerto Rico." And then he looked at my lady friend and he was like, technically y'all not together, so if you want to come with me, you can come. And I looked at him, I was like, come on, brother, it's not that type of party, man. But she thought it was funny, and I'm used to that, He always do stuff like that.
He always flashing.
He's a flashy guy.
Clothes as well, or?
Yeah, clothes,
and
cars.
jewelry? Not so much clothes, huh?
Not so much clothes.
I'm asking.
Not so much clothes.
Oh, okay.
Not so much clothes.
All right. But otherwise, you all have had a friendly relationship? No problems in your relationship?
Nah, no problems. No problems at all.
Sir, why don't you give me some background?
Well, like you said, I know him for about 5.5 years. Pretty cool dude. He's a boxer, so his hands are registered.
So you have to register your hands as weapons.
To be a boxer. So, like one time we in a strip club. Mind you, it's a small person in the room, in the area. Throwing a little money, cool. Mind you, a small person. Cool. I guess he see the girl he knew or whatever. She walking around, bam, she come to him, hey, what's up? The little guy walk around. Guess he say something to the woman. What you gotta understand about him is he is humble, but he always says things to upset people. He gonna look at the little guy and say, his voice was kind of crazy because he was like, size do matter. And the guy immediately tried to kill this guy. So here I am being a bodyguard for a boxer. And they put us out the strip club.
All right. Tell me how he owes you for the car, sir.
Well, on July the 28th, I reached out to him. I told him I was looking for a vehicle. He said he got a lot of cars. So I said, well, do you have any cars for me? He said he had 2 cars that he was selling for $2,000 each. And then I asked him, like, hey, can I get like a discount, since we boys? And he said, yeah, he willing to drop the price down to $1,500. He sold me this Lincoln. He said there was nothing wrong with the car. He said he fixed the radiator, he fixed the alternator, he fixed multiple things on this car. And then, about 9 days later, I was driving the car down the road and it started to overheat. I pulled over, opened the hood, and then I seen smoke coming from the radiator. I then took it to my mechanic, and my mechanic took a look at it and said that this radiator is busting. I said that cannot be possible because he said that he put a brand new radiator inside this car.
Specifically?
Yeah, he said that he fixed it.
Before you purchased it?
I bought the car, yeah. And so the mechanic said, ain't no way that this is a brand new radiator. This is a factory radiator. This came with the car. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me, man. And then, so I told the mechanic, can he do a full diagnostic on the car? And he did a diagnostic on the car, and every single thing that came back on that diagnostic was the same things he told me he fixed.
Before you purchased it?
Before I purchased it.
He got very specific because when you sell a car as is and someone says, does it run well? And you say yes. That's a general statement. You're not guaranteeing anything specific. As long as they can make it home and it runs for like the next few days. Because then there's a reasonable assumption that you were telling the truth. If someone, however, specifies, they say, how does the engine run? Or what condition is the engine in? And you say, good. Then later they find out it wasn't. Then that was a specific representation saying that it was in good shape, a specific part, and so that must hold up.
Right.
And you say he gave you specific assurances of particular parts.
Right.
All right, after you took it back to him, just give me the rest of the scenario.
Yeah, so I took him, I called him up and said, hey, this strange thing just happened. He said, what's that? I said, the same things you told me that I got in text, that you told me you fixed on this car is the same thing my mechanic telling me that's wrong with the car. And he was like, oh man, bro, that can't be right, man. I was like, bro, like that's what the mechanic is telling me right now. So you telling me that he's lying to me? I was like, how do he know what you fixed on this car that happens to be the same things you told me you fixed? He was like, oh, well, I don't know what to tell you, brother.
Sounds like he knew those were the things that were wrong.
I know he knew.
Yeah.
I know he
Sir, let me hear from you.
Cars, I sold them. Prostitutes, I bought them. Second chances, I had 3.
No, I ain't never bought no prostitutes. If you quoting me, sounds like you're quoting what was the beginning of my show early on. Troubled youth, I was one, but it didn't say prostitute.
You know what you know.
I've been a lot of things, but never a trick, doctor.
Right. It's good.
A lot of things. Yes. You in the strip club tricking, not me. You in there making it rain. Throwing the wand, throwing it up in the air. And then can't get a car fixed. Go ahead.
Oh, look, I told him I fixed the radiator. I never said it was a new radiator in it to him, so that's a lie. I put a piece on a radiator. The other problem, you just get the car how it comes, you buy that.
Did he ask you the things that he's telling me? Did he ask you about those specific parts?
He never technically asked me. He just found out about it. He asked me about it.
Before purchasing it, did he ask you about those specific parts?
No, he did not.
And did you ever ask for a refund? And if you did, what did he say?
Yes, I told him like, hey, look, man, we boys, so if just give me my money back, I'll give you the car back. Like, we be done, call it even, forget about it. Like, and then he said, like, man, bro, I don't owe you no money, man. Like, you bought that car. And I was like, come on, man. Like, I ain't about to argue with you about this, man. Come on, we knew each other too long to be, just throwing each other off like that. He was like, man, you right, man. I'm gonna get you your money back.
All right, I see you have some documents,
Yes,
both of you.
yes,
What do you have there you want me to see? Because he says he never guaranteed or even disclosed. You never disclosed to him prior to selling it that you had made those specific repairs.
I told him about the radiator on one of them. It was 2 cars. I told him about the radiator.
Okay. What is this, sir? The Lincoln. This is you. I fixed the radiator, air filter, new tires, alternator, and new spark plugs. It's legit. Bet. You saying bet as an agreement?
Yeah, like bet.
All
like,
right.
yeah, okay, bet. I'll bet.
Agreement. Yeah, bet. I want it. Should put a comma there then. All right. What did he say to that, sir? Do you have anything else you want me to read while he
This is the
contemplates his life?
This is the diagnostic report that the mechanic gave me of everything that was wrong with the car. I had asked him for
Radiator, filters, spark plug.
Oh my God. Same thing.
Sir, it's you that said to him that you had fixed all of the things thus far he referred to and that he has shown me. Any response to that?
Yeah, that's why I said I told him. He didn't ask me.
I understand. But was that done?
Yes.
All right, then why do you think the diagnostic analysis said it wasn't? That it was in poor condition? You don't know why?
I don't know.
Okay, all right. Well, he knows, and so does the diagnostic analyst. They say because you did not do it. That's why. Right. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
No, I don't really got nothing bad to say about Kyle. He a good dude, I mean, I still like him.
I'm just glad we got it on reserve today, man.